This is horror movie production at Moorhole Studios, the secret movie studio, and this is the special Rondo Hatton edition. Previously undiscovered photos of Rondo Hatton taken at Moorhole Studios in England in 1948 without his makeup and 2 years after his death. This is the fair use statement. And here's a picture of Rondo Hatton, and you can see he was quite an impressive figure. He suffered from acromegaly, which is a disease of the pituitary, in which the pituitary secretes an unnatural amount of growth hormone, and he develops these strong features. The jaw juts, the brow juts out, the bones get thicker, and the soft tissues get heavier. And this mostly occurs in the face, hands, and feet, again, giving this sort of pronounced unnatural look about him. And he starred in a number of films. Probably the most famous was House of Horrors, where he plays the Creeper. He played the Creeper in a couple of other films, a Sherlock Holmes film. He also showed up in Hunchback of Notre Dame with Charles Lawton, did over 30 films, and mostly uncredited, but again, usually some sort of thuggish figure. And here he plays the brute man, and no woman is safe from his crushing arms. And here he's very powerful and strangling somebody. And again, quite an impressive figure on the screen, and really beloved by horror film aficionados. So much that they even name an award after him, the Rondo Hatton Classic Horror Awards, honoring the best in classic horror, research, creativity, and film preservation. And here's the film House of Horrors, and in the film, they sculpt a nice statue of him. This gentleman does it, and he's going to smash it. And the Rondo Hatton Awards are actually these miniature busts of Rondo, and you can vote for your favorite Rondo Hatton Award. Okay, so moving along. So Moorhole Studios, I found a great many pictures in there, terrific photographs, and if you go through my first few videos, you'll see the various people. There's a couple pictures later on, but in this one, you could pause and try and find Rondo. He's in this photograph. All right, that's enough, and we'll move on. So you're going to find Rondo, and here he is. I have the red arrow pointed at him, and you'll see the jutting jaw and the pronounced forehead, though he's got these fake eyebrows on. This is obviously some sort of costume party, but these people forgot to bring their costumes. So, so this is Rondo Hatton, and I'll prove it to you in greater detail in a few minutes. And here he is as the thuggish figure, Creeper, and other films. So, and so the claim that I'm making is this is Rondo Hatton. He has acromegaly. This gentleman has acromegaly. This is at Moorhole Studios. It is a film studio. Here's the jutting jaw. Here's a jutting jaw on somebody else with acromegaly. And he's got the large, pronounced hands. I mean, they don't look quite, you don't have a comparison here for difference. But here's the giant hands. And here's a picture of him in 1918, before most of this is set in. And at first, I thought this was a progression of the disease, so we catch him here in 1918, and in here is 1945, so this is probably somewhere in the middle, but this is really not the case. So what we have to do is, I'll show you why that's not the case. There's another picture of Rondo in here if you want to pause it and find him yourself. But he is over here. That's Rondo Hatton again. How do I know it's him? Well, here's the other picture of Rondo. There were two pictures on the Moorhole Studios site. This one and the one I showed previously. And here you see Rondo Hatton, and he's got this kind of silly hat on and the same glasses here. Hat must be turned around, the big eyebrows. Here he has a mustache on, and here there's no mustache. Why is that? He's holding the mustache down here, and he very likely took it off in order to chug this beer, which is really terrific and something I might have considered doing myself. You see this gentleman with the sombrero, who later on installs implants, but has drank down his beer just a little bit, but Rondo pounded the whole thing down. So this is the same man. This is Rondo Hatton. This is him. Why is it important that I identify him in this picture as well? Is here they delineate that this is a fancy dress ball at Moore Hall Studios, and it happened at the end of 1948. Well, that's a pretty curious thing because in 1948, Rondo Hatton was supposedly dead. See, Rondo Hatton died in 1946, the same year that House of Horrors came out. So how is it that this man is still alive in 1948 and doesn't look like him? So again, I thought this was somewhere in his middle ages and the disease had not yet progressed to this level. I mean, this is really bulking of all the soft tissues here and the jutting brow, this huge nose. And apparently it's not the case. This is him. This is him in 1948. Now, you may not believe it's him, but I'll show you something else. So how do we get from this gentleman here to this gentleman here? Well, if you look, these are some of the original pictures I put up in the first four videos, and here I had spotted this gentleman, figured him to be Bela Lugosi, and it made for a very curious figure because over here was Ed Wood, and they're not supposed to be in the same picture. And you have Dr. Frankenstein here, Colin Clive, and here's Peter Cushing. So already you have some problems with the photo. Most problematic is this Ed Wood here with Bela Lugosi in the same picture. So there are some issues with the stories we're told about the movie making, and of course what we're dealing with is movie magic. And this gentleman over here, who is identified as Hitch Hitching, turns out to be makeup artist Jack P. Pierce. And makeup artist Jack P. Pierce worked on Frankenstein. Here from first videos is Alex Oxley, who played Boris Karloff. So this man does not look like this in real life. I mean, this is Alex Oxley. He does not have this protruding forehead. And here he's drawing. And here's the woman who played Elsa Lanchester, who's Joe Lancaster. And this woman did not have the scar on the neck and the fancy hair. But this is the magic of Jack P. Pierce, who did the art, did the makeup. Is a stage photo, but it's terrific. Again, Jack P. Pierce doing the hair on Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman, and here's Lon Chaney Jr. a little bit further on. Here's a very young picture of Lon Chaney Jr. that I found somewhere where it was not supposed to be, and I'll show that to you at another time. So what do we have is this is Rondo Hatton, and this is movie magic. This is movie makeup. They have applied all these prosthetics onto the face. They're already taking a gentleman, suffers from acromegaly, already has strong features, but this is his natural face, and they have applied the prosthetics and appliances onto the face, and they report his death in 1946. The man, however, is not dead, as he shows up in 1948. The other thing they show, again, he's playing this brutish, thuggish figure, so they put in all this shoulder padding and arm padding to make him look much bigger. But he is a fairly trim young man here, and he's lean and he's strong, and it's very much like the Frankenstein's monster, Boris Karloff, who's a very fit man, and they put all the brutish stuff, the big shoulder pads on him too, and put the makeup on. So once again, Rondo Hatton, 1948, alive and well. Rondo Hatton, 1946, in The Brute Man, and this is the year he was supposed to have passed away. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.